Hey, good morning. That was our first night in a motel while on the trail. Woo! Didn't go as planned. It was kind of strange. I wasn't feeling so hot. So here we are in Kalkaska. This is the monument to the trout god. I'm not going to get down and bow to the trout god because somebody's going to put us in jail if we do that. So we're getting on the trail, 32 miles today. We've got just a little less than 100 miles to Petoskey. We're going to do in the next 3 days. So come along with us.
Hey, so we had our first hotel stop, and we were in Kalkaska at the All Seasons Resort. We just left and we stopped at Moose and Stella's for coffee on the way out. If the waitress, I don't know her name, ever sees this, she was awesome, and I hope she gets to go hike the NCT or to Tennessee as she wanted to. The coffee is really great there. I recommend stopping. And we're off for a 32-mile day. So cheers and good morning. So right now we're sharing a trail with the Michigan Hiking and Horse Trail. It's a very deep cut trail, and it's quite nice, kind of in the Savannah-y area. That's what it looks like. I'm hoping it's not too hot today. Yesterday, I think we experienced a little bit of heat exhaustion, or not like serious, but getting there, because it was just it was much hotter than we expected. We knew it was going to be 80 degrees. We thought maybe like 10 minutes, but it was more like from 9 o'clock till 3 o'clock, beating sun, and we didn't use the umbrella like we should have and stuff. So we're going to be more careful today. Anyway, good trail. We've come about 4 miles today so far, and we've got about 31 to go. So we're a tenth of the way done. I hope it's endless miles today. So basically I have 11 miles of roads like this. It's pretty hot already. I guess it's like 9 o'clock. And I would say it's probably in the high 70s. Should be in the 80s today. So we're having to be careful, but it is really flat and not too technical, which is super nice. So.
Yes, it is.
Next week it'll be like highs in the 50s and lows in the 30s. So we picked a nice warm week, which is
we're gonna rent ourselves out to the northern part of Michigan, like if they need any warm weather. If you haven't watched our lake to lake video, that's a good one for that.
Also, it's usually very cool there, but it was very hot that particular July 20th. Yeah. So, all right. See you in about 12 miles when we get out of the sun. So quick note, if you're doing this, I just mentioned this because it's kind of scary when the events and maps don't work, right? So we are on Priest Road, and at least for about a mile, maybe a half a mile, you're not on the map as you're coming to Croy. We think you are on the trail. There are blazes. So on Priest, the road, the real road, is longer than the road on the map.
Ironically, it's the opposite problem that normally happens, which is you're like, I know where I am on the Avenza maps, but there's no blazes here.
Yeah.
There are blazes, but if you look on the Avenza maps, it's like, yeah, you're not on any of the maps that are on the NCT.
So it looks, we think it's maybe like a half mile. We're gonna see in just a minute.
No, it's a mile.
Oh,
at least a mile.
Okay. We'll let you know if it doesn't. We'll give you any updates we find, because it is kind of a desolate area. There is a house though, so that's good. This is what it looks like.
It's a desolate area, except for that $2 million chalet over there. But to be fair, it is the first house we've seen in like 10 miles.
Right. Hey, we are on, I forgot what we're on, what road we're on right now, but we came upon a mailbox that has a North Country Trail blaze on it. Yay! that always kind of warms my heart and makes me so happy, because then we know that if something goes wrong and we need help, that's a place we can go. So awesome. Thank you, person, so much. Oh man, I am rocking the 80s haircut. You lean a little bit? Hey, so Joe and I are at the Pickerel Lake campground. It's a pretty perfect stop for after the, wow. I literally just saw a stick fall into where a tent would be on a campsite.
Good thing we didn't have lunch there.
Seriously. Okay, so we just stopped at the Pickerel Lake campsite. It is a pretty perfect stop for after the kind of hilly and very exposed trail road walk from Kalkaska. There is water here, there is a trash can or a dumpster, and if you're into the latrines, there are latrines. I mean, I have, you know, sorry.
You're not into the latrines.
So there are some latrines. And we've just stopped to have some lunch. There's Joe eating the ramen.
Cheers.
And cold water, yay!
It's not ramen, this is pad thai.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're having hiker pad thai, in which we have ramen with peanut butter, or almond butter if you're fancy like Joe.
Yeah, I had almond butter.
How Wicker Park.
Everybody from Wicker Park just unsubscribed.
Oh. Sriracha and lime. So pretty cool. All right, we just climbed the hill outside of the Pickerel Lake campground and are filling out the hiker registration. So there's Joe filling it out. After a very restful lunch, that was a very hard hill to climb. So now we're gonna go hike some more miles. There's the trail where we just came from, and there's the trail where we're going. All right, somebody has been very kind to hikers here. They actually have a sign that says things like store. So there's a store a half-mile west on Starvation Lake Road, which is 7.5 miles away from Pickerel Lake. So if you're going to be through hiking, that might be helpful information, because it's kind of hard sometimes to figure out where the gas stations and resupply places are along this trail. In this case, you're going to be in Kalkaska, not too far, not too far from here. So you may not need a resupply yet, but it is always good to know where those places are. Hey, we just wanted to say thank you to Dennis R. Hansen. He's the person who's maintained the trail outside of Pickerel Lake, which is amazing. We were just talking about how wonderful it is. And he's got some information here. He's the author of the Trail Atlas of Michigan. Well, I have to go buy that book. Dennis, thank you so much. This is the most beautiful segment. We were literally just talking about it. So, very grateful. Also, the fact that you put your phone number and address on the thing, that's awfully nice. Just thanks. Hey, we're at Eagle Lake. I just had a little freak out because I thought we were like 15 miles from camp when we're actually 10 miles from camp. And I was like, there's no way we can make it. But I was totally wrong. I just was doing hiker math, what I used to call ultra math, where you're trying to do math in your head while you're walking and you screw it up. So Joe and I sat down and we did the numbers together, and I was just totally off. I'm finally learning to use the Avenza maps the right way, and learning a lot. Having some chili cheese Fritos to help with my addled brain, and walking by the lake. It's finally cooling off a little bit, and still a beautiful day. But there's the lake, and There's Joe on the trail next to that really lovely bench that we're passing up. But it's in the sun, so who wants that right now? All right. See you at camp. Okay, we just crossed Starvation Lake Road, and I saw this on the trail. So yeah, I don't know why there's a bell, an angel bell there, but I did ring it just because I figured maybe that's what you're supposed to do. Here's the road. Joe is filling out the hiker registry. Oh, this is the Jordan Valley 45 chapter. For the last maybe mile, we've been in this really beautiful tree garden or pine planting place. Anyway, it's just been very, very nice. They're so cool compared to other areas at this time of the day. So just wanted to say how grateful I am. Looks like we're getting ready to cross the road into an aspen grove, maybe. Ooh, sand. And those roads. Jumbo Blaze! Well, maybe because it's behind the tree. Hey, if somebody else comes here, they're gonna have raspberries in a couple months. Yeah. Yeah, if anybody else is going to be here in like June or July, we're gonna have raspberries and wild strawberries. Enjoy. Very lucky. All right, here's where we are. But the sun is not quite as intense.
It is not.
All right, we have made it to Sand Lake, but it should be called Toad Lake. We have seen like 1,000 toads. Look, there's this guy right here. Can you see him? And if you look in the water, you can just see them. And he's not even moving. There's one right there. And there's two right there. Oh my gosh, they're getting ready to mate. There are so many toads. This is a very healthy environment. And there's some people too. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's a garter snake. You can even see his little red tongue. Hi, guy. He's not moving. There he goes. I see you. Get on the moss, pretty. All right, I'll leave you alone. Bye, beautiful. All right, we just left Sand Lake. We were gonna spend some time putting our feet in the water, but we realized we're running out of time, daylight. We need to get to the campsite. So we are heading on. The lake is beautiful. As it says, Sand Lake. It's sandy. This year it was really high, so they had to reroute the trail. And the lake is not quite as pretty as usual. Anyway, there's Joe on the trail. And we are heading to our campsite, which is about 6 more miles. 6 miles doesn't sound like a lot, but right now, it feels like a lot. So, here we go. All right, so we left Sand Lake and we were coming to Lake 5 Lake to camp. And said we camp up on a hill instead, but it was logged and not really a good place. So now we're just trying to find a place. It's not the best place to find a camping spot right now. So got about 30 minutes till dark, and we are just trying to find a place. Hopefully we'll find something now.
This is much better.
This is good?
This ground is like 10,000 times softer than it was over there. Okay, just light enough left to show our camp here on our 4th night of our outing. This is what we like to call trailside accommodation. So if you look over here, you can see my backpack, and over there a blaze, and this is the trail.
We learned from those car campers that it's okay to like camp right on the trail.
Allison,
Joe.
how was your day today?
You know, it was a fine day, Joe. Thank you.
Yep.
There were some moments of great joys, and there were some moments of sadness.
I mean,
overall, it was great.
if that was a movie, I'd watch that.
Hell yeah, you would.
So yeah, we made it to our 33 miles or whatever today, and tomorrow morning, pretty early on, 5 or 6 miles in, we are going through the Jordan River Valley, which is supposed to be really nice. So looking forward to that. Yeah, and we're gonna get underway. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, which we are kind of both okay with, given the fact that today was blazingly hot and sunny. So we'll see how we feel about that after we hike all day in the rain. See you in the morning.